Special Court of Appeal panel established to adjudicate political cases in Rivers State has reserved judgment in the consolidated appeals contesting the judgment of Justice Peter Lifu of the Federal High Court in Abuja. The three-member panel of justices led by Justice Onyekachi Otisi stated that judgment in the appeals would be reserved after counsel for the parties adopted their briefs and final processes for and against the appeals. In one of the appeals concerning the Rivers local government election, Justice Lifu, in his judgment, restrained the Independent National Electoral Commission from releasing the voters' register to the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission for the conduct of the state local government polls, which have now been conducted. In another suit presided over by Justice Lifu, filed by some members of the Rivers State chapter of the PDP, said to be loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, Justice Lifu ruled in an application barring the national leadership of the PDP from dissolving the newly elected executives of the party in Rivers State. Meanwhile, two senior lawyers separately announced their appearances for the PDP in the case, seeking to sack the 27 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly loyal to Wike. While J.Y. Musa announced his appearance for the Umar Damagum-led executive, B.F. Folorunsho stated he was duly assigned the case by the national legal advisor of the party, whom he said has the authority to handle all legal matters involving the party. Barrister Hayaking, what do you make of this story?
You see, because of what has been happening recently, the judiciary is now the sacrificial lamb. The judiciary is now vilified. The judiciary is now where everybody is looking up to with disdain. The judiciary that used to have respect, you know, when you see lawyers come out before and judges, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a judge. Recently, some of us are now hiding. Go to some places, you will not say, I'm a lawyer. You may be lynched, you may be stoned, you may be vilified. I can't get from this place. On our way, they spoil Nigeria. That is what we are getting now.
Wow.
You know, that's what lawyers are getting now. In fact, whenever I just come out from the court, I just go and remove my uniform. I don't wear it to move on the street again.
So there is no more dignity.
No dignity in it again. I challenge the judges. Let them move on the street. They will lynch them. People find out that this is a judge. They'll lynch them. People will just stone them. We have gotten to that level because of what the politicians have done. I am ashamed. I am ashamed to be a lawyer. I'm ashamed for the judges. I'm not a judge, but I'm ashamed for them. Because of politics, a lot of judgment and counter-judgment is now taking place and all that. It's a very big shame. I challenge the judges. Go to the street and announce yourself that you are a judge. You see people lynch you. It's that bad. So for me, everything that is happening now is politics, just because of not just politics for the image and the goodness of Rivers people or Nigerians, but for individuals, single individuals, not just because of they want Rivers State to be better, they want the law to improve, but simply because of one individual, because of his political ambition, because of his the next position he wants to get or they want to get. That is why we are having these judgments and counter judgments and this one and that one, filing all manner of cases and all that. Some of them have approached me and I have always said I want to also defend the judges. Or, it's the politicians I blame for the whole thing. The politicians, they are the ones to blame. I've said this several times because.
Why do you say the politicians are the ones to blame and not the judges?
The politicians are the executive. The executives are to blame because they are the one controlling the judges. They are the one that influencing the judges to give these judgments.
Influencing them with what?
Or influencing them with either positions, money, promotions, and all that, you know, and also knowing that these politicians helped in their appointment. So, you know, that's the problem. That's actually the problem. Some of the judges giving these rulings, I can bet that it's not what they want to rule, but because of the political influence, you know, they have to do that because they are not independent. That's what I'm trying to say. The judiciary is not independent. If the judiciary knows that it's independent, even under the military, the judiciary was more independent than under the civilian, because under the military, I still remember when the CJ, the military governor of Rivers State, invited the chief judge, and the chief judge said, no, let him come here. Some of them never went to government house until they left office as CJ. It was on merit. When it gets to your turn to become a CJ, you become a CJ. Seniority, we respect seniority in law so much. We respect seniority more than the law. The seniority, once you come, hey, sit down, you sit down. You don't argue. So that's what it is. But today, where you have a person that is not qualified to be a CJ, is not the most senior, they will go and take him. The Constitution made it like that. It's not the governor, I blame the Constitution. You know, if it comes to appointment of the administrative judge, he must take the most senior. But if it comes to appointment of the CJ, the substantive CJ, he has to choose. Territory minister, the governor of Federal Capital. Call him the governor. He's the governor of Federal Capital. Yeah, he's the governor. He's the governor of Federal Capital Territory. He's building houses for the judges. I asked this question: where is he getting that money? If the judiciary gets all their money, for instance, if the judiciary say, okay, my budget for the year is 100 billion, and the 100 billion is given to the judiciary, it's not cut down, because we have a situation where the judiciary brings their budget to the executive cuts it down, the legislature brings their budget, the executive cuts it down, but that of the executive, nobody cuts it down. The executive makes money, internally generated revenue, security vote, and other monies that come to him. Now, you cut down the budget of the judiciary. At the end of the day, in between January and December, you now come up, say you are building houses for them, you are buying cars for them. Which money? Because everything is budgeted. Where are you getting that extra money to buy those things for them? It's their money you took. It's the judiciary money that you took. You now say you are buying car for them. Where are you buying car? I challenge the governors and the FCT minister. Let the money that belongs to the judiciary be charged to them from the beginning of the year. You will see that none of them will buy again, because if they look at their own budget, that they don't have extra money, they won't buy houses. They won't build houses for judges. So it's a shame for the judgment that I'm getting. That's my reaction. It's a big shame. Yes.
Now, Barrister Haya King, you mentioned a lot of concerns while addressing this topic. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I'll start from the last that you mentioned, and then we'll move from there, we'll progress from there. You talked about the FCT minister building houses for the judges. Now, when he was responding during a media party, he said that that was already budgeted. He was just merely carrying out what was already in the agenda of the presidency. That's on one hand. Now, let's trickle down to when the FCT minister was the governor of Rivers State. Did he or did he not build houses?
He did.
For judges?
He did.
In Rivers State?
He did.
Now,
he did.
Why wasn't there uproar when he was building houses for judges in Rivers State?
There was.
Hold on. Why was there no uproar? Why didn't, I mean, the level of reaction people we are getting when he did it for Rivers State, I didn't see the heavyweights, the who is who, that is coming out now to condemn that action, to speak against it. They were all silent. I am telling you for a fact. I cannot recall any of them making allusion. Even when they are talking about it now, nobody has made allusion to the fact that when Nyesom Wike was the governor of Rivers State, he built houses for judges as well. So what is the different thing that he's doing now that he didn't, like, what's the much ado about this part? What is so special about this particular one in FCT when he did it in Rivers State, and the same people that were talking did not talk then?
I did. I criticized it. I said it was wrong. Now, why would you go to build house for judges and buy cars for them? There is a budget every year for them. They present this budget. These things are there. Give them their money. Is the CJN not qualified enough to build house? Is the CJ of Rivers State not qualified to build house? Is the CJ of other states not qualified to build house for their judges? They know what is best for them. What I'm trying to tell you is this. I'm saying that if you give them what is due them, they will build houses. They will buy cars for themselves. You don't need to. We have properly separation of power is done. The executive is running, the judiciary is running, the legislature is running. The executive does not have any business building houses.
The judiciary have their budget. Now, probably Higher King, you should be, don't you think you should be directing this criticism at the judiciary? Probably the CJN or whoever.
I am saying that.
Because now the question would be, if you have a budget and these things, like you said these things are in the budget, why are they not making use of the funds released to them for the purpose for which it was released? I
will refresh your memory.
Yes, go ahead.
One of the former CJN, I think Mokta, she said that very year, if I've forgotten the year, she said that the budget for that year was 95 billion or 105 billion. The executive approved the 60 billion. So that 40 billion, where is it? What I'm trying to say is this. I'm not saying that the executive cannot be Father Christmas, but I'm saying, where are you getting that money? It is the judiciary money that you have caught when they presented their budget. Give them that money. You just want to shine. The executive want to shine, want to show that he's doing projects.
Other ministries, when they present their budgets at the National Assembly, when they come to defend what they have presented, some ministries have their monies reduced.
Who reduces that of the executive?
Hold on. And some also have their monies increased, depending on how you are able to defend that budget.
I agree with you.
So the question would be, some ministries actually have their monies increased, depending on how they defend the budget. So probably you should be asking the CJ and the judiciary in this instance, how have they been able to defend their budget? You should be asking, why would the budget be cut down? I mean, even at the National Assembly,
let me answer. I know, because I remember the CJN cried. I told you, they cut it and hold it. The executive is most powerful. They take everybody's, including local government money. Local government money ought to be released by the federation account to them. But the governor will put it inside the joint account and now release whatever he wants to the local government.
Right.
What I'm saying that it is wrong. This money, why don't you call the CJN? Give him. Let the CJN go and build the houses. You want to score political point. That's just what it is. They want to score political point. They want to show they are doing project. Oh, let the people see that they are performing. If the money is given to the, if the money is given to the judiciary, they will not build these houses. And when they look, see my budget too, I've not done this, I've not done my beg, I'm not a Father Christmas. They won't do it anymore. It will stop.
The one that has been given so far, the one that has been released so far to the different levels of leadership in judiciary from time immemorial, can you specifically say this is what the infrastructural projects the judiciary has done with the monies released to them so far?
Probably because you're not giving them enough.
No.
I see. I'm coming.
Hold on. The one that has been released
some of them,
so far.
I'm not a judge.
Can you tell me?
A chief judge.
You're in the system.
Yes, but
are you not
some of them are doing. You don't understand
can you refresh my memory? Tell me one that
at least the CJ in Rivers State. I remember the last time they built some structures, they refurbished some places. They said it was the CJ that was doing it. I still remember.
How many?
In Rivers State here.
How many was done? Refurbishment of how many?
I can't remember, but I know they also built a shopping mall where we can now go and do photocopies in Rivers State. In Port Harcourt.
The
State High Court.
The State High Court that visited.
Shoma, what I'm saying is this, listen to me.
The one with those kind of chairs.
Judiciary.
Have you been to the State High Court?
No. Yes, of course.
The chairs there. Should we even start looking at the infrastructure in the State High Court?
No, you don't understand.
When monies are being released, the question
why would the Judiciary go cap in hand begging the executive? Give them this money. Why would you keep it and spend it for them?
The question
you don't understand what I'm saying.
I understand.
No, you don't. You don't.
Now the question is, the one being given.
They have used it.
With what?
If they have not used it, they should be probed.
Tell me.
Probe them. Let them probe them. Bring them, I will probe.
I have asking you.
They are saying that they don't give them enough. No, some of them say they don't give them enough. See what did you executive do? Executive take this money and hold, and now begin to release it in piecemeal to them. That's what I'm trying to let you know. If the year starts, give them that money you want to use in building houses, buying cars. Give it to them. Judiciary is not, executive is not for the Christmas. Stop being for the Christmas. Stop being for the Christmas with their money. Give them their money. You know what they need in the year. When they make this budget and they present it, you give them this money. And now watch them whether they will not perform, whether they will not use that money for the building of the houses, the buying of the cars. Then you hold them responsible. What I'm trying to tell you is that executive, they are politicians. They want to shine. They want to show that they are doing projects. Both the governors and the FCT minister, that is what it is all about. Oh, the next time they will not tell you, oh, we built houses for judges, we did this for the judiciary, we did this for the legislature, we built this. Give them, even the legislature, give them the money, let them go and build assembly quarters. Let them go and build house of assembly. Why must you do everything? You do your own, you do that of the judiciary, you do that of the legislature. It's wrong. It is their money that you are appropriating, that you are using, that be shining. Give them their money. Let me see whether I challenge the governors and I challenge the FCT minister. For next year, this is November 15th, 2024. Now, give them their money for next year, both for the houses, both for the cars, and let us watch and tell us, we are giving judiciary their money, see what was approved, make the budget open. Some of us will hold them. Hey, CJ, there's a project like this or somewhere we're going to do. There's this one just somewhere we're going to do. So that they will not do. Let me see whether the executive will continue to be for the Christmas. They're not for the Christmas. It is their money.
Hold on.
It is their money.
You mentioned Mukhtar, who presented a budget of over...
Not just her, but several of the CJN now. Yes.
Hold on.
She cried that time.
Yes, she cried, and 60 billion was approved and released.
And that she couldn't do anything.
And 60 billion at what? How many years back?
I can't remember.
When Naira had more value than it does now. And if I may ask you, with that... Are
you saying that? Are you trying to say that judiciary is more corrupt than executive?
Hold on.
They are the same people.
Hold on. Number one, Barrister Hayaking, you will not put words in my mouth.
No, from your body language.
My body language. My body language is not to be your friend. My body language is to... I have to ask you questions.
I'm answering your questions. I succumb to the questions.
You don't have to be comfortable on my show, actually. If you're comfortable, I'm not doing my job well.
Exactly.
So now the thing is, like I said the 60 billion that you said was approved for judiciary
then,
when Mukhtar was the CJN. Now the question I want to ask, then Naira had more value than what it does now. Yeah. Could you recall one thing Mukhtar did?
Maybe if I go and research, there must be. There must be. But I can tell you that.
If it was a loud project.
No, I can tell you that.
I can tell you that if it was a loud project, Barrister Hayaking.
They don't give them enough to be able to do this key project. They only give them for capital, recurrent expenditure. That's what they do.
Barrister Hayaking, if it was a loud project with 1 billion naira, you know why? With 1 billion, you know that we keep mentioning monies in billions and trillions that it appears that you can't even do much with 1 billion naira.
Now you can't do much.
Hold on.
Now you can't
do
much. Then you can do a little. You can do a
then
little.
1 billion naira will make a difference.
You can do a little.
1 billion naira will make a difference. Even across the states. And the CJN decides to, let's say, touch up the federal the federal high courts, only the federal high courts alone.
But they are doing. Some of them are doing.
No,
if you go, you see some of the projects that the CJN
you also talked about the CJN of Rivers State.
The CJ of Rivers State.
When he was the CJ of Rivers State doing renovations and all. And I
even presently now, she's doing things.
And I asked you a clear question. Have you been to high courts? Have you been?
I was there yesterday. I'm there this morning too.
Even the magistrate courts.
Yes.
What the chairs are like. How uncomfortable the courts are. How comfortable are the courts?
No, you see.
How comfortable are the courts?
No, not
where
all of them.
Where you spend hours.
Yeah.
How comfortable are the courts?
You've answered my question. Who built it?
You've answered my question.
The executive built it, not the judiciary built it.
Hold on. Now that they have some budget to work with. And at the end of the day...
The question is this budget, what is it for? What is it for?
You know that what you're saying now...
Hold on. Was it for infrastructure? What is it for?
Hold on. You know, I should be asking you that question because apparently you have...
what is it for?
Wait, apparently you know a lot about the judiciary budget.
Of course I do. Yes,
so if you say, then I'll be asking why 60 billion has to be for... Why Mukta has to put over 100 billion naira for recurrent expenditure in 1 year.
I didn't say recurrent expenditure. I said
expenditure.
No, I said so most of them. I said most of the time they give them money just for recurrent expenditure.
What you're saying...
They don't listen to me. I'm coming. I'm not a judge. I'm not holding their brief. I'm not holding their judiciary brief. But I'm trying to let you know what the politicians are doing.
My interest right now.
Now, the money you gave them, let them make the budget open for us to see. This is what the Chief Justice of Nigeria ought to do. Then the CJ of Rivers State. Then when we see it, we can hold them.
Is it the executive that will make it open to you, or is it the job of the judiciary, the CJN, and the CJ of Rivers State or any state to make it open?
Most of the time you don't see these budgets.
So I think
most of the time you don't see it. It's the executive that holds it.
If that is the case, no.
Most of them you don't see it.
Hold on, Barrister Higher King. It's just like I am part of a union, and the chairman or the executives of the union release a budget for the national body to release money, and as a member or an active member of the union, I am in the blind. I don't know what that budget is about.
That's what it is.
If that is the case, don't you think you should be calling for a probe of whoever is at the... No, hold on.
That's what I'm calling for now.
No.
That's what I'm calling for.
You are laying the blame on the doorstep of the executive. And
not just executive alone too. Not just them alone. Not alone.
What you're saying
is
indicting the judiciary. What you're saying to a large extent is more like an expose.
No, not indictment.
It's an indictment.
No, not an indictment.
It's more like an expose on what is going on. Because how can you be part of the judiciary? There is a budget that is seemingly under wraps, and people, you don't know what the budgets are for. You don't know what the budgets are for. And you said that the executive holds it tight.
Yes.
And I've asked you a question. Now, the monies released so far, what can you say these monies are used for?
I'm not a CJN.
You're unable to give me a clear... So you don't even know what the budget is for.
I will not know what the monies are for. But what I'm trying to tell you that some of the CJs have come to openly to cry. Some of the CJNs
I think it's time
have come openly to cry, to say, look, the money they are giving us, we cannot do capital projects. We cannot do this, we cannot do that. That is why the executive, they are doing it for us. And I am saying, see, my point in this very matter is that the executives deduct money that is meant for the judiciary and keep it. At the end of the day, they bring out part of that money to say we are building houses, we are buying cars for them. And I am saying, give this money to the executive, to the judiciary, give it to the legislatures. They are also human beings. They are capable of building their houses. They are capable of doing this thing for themselves. And I'm saying that executive, they are not Father Christmas. They are doing this thing from the money that belongs to this organs of government. If you give them their proper money, executive will no longer build anything for the judiciary. Because they say, you have your money, go and build your own, go and build your house, go and do your thing. They won't give them anymore. And then for Christmas, where are they getting remember, every project is budgeted for from the beginning of the year. So where are they getting the money? That's my question. Where are they getting the money?
Barrister Higher King. Now, you have said that on one hand, and I've also mentioned that probably it is time You people should, well, you are a human rights.
Yeah, let them make it open. We want the CJ.
You should go back and tell the judiciary to make their budget open.
Then we'll see what the CJ
exactly.
We'll see the budget. The CJ, you have not done this. So this is what is supposed to be. We can see it.
Now, on this ground, now that you have finally, you've arrived to where I was asking you. So having conceded to this one, I'll ask you the next question. And the next question is, when you were reacting to this story, you also laid the blame on the executives.
Oh, yeah, I did.
You talked about the influence of politicians on the judiciary. And you said some of these judges, sometimes they give these judgments because of interest, their interest. And I asked you, what are the incentives? You said that they do, some of them receive incentives.
I'll tell you.
And I asked you said the incentives are, some of them are money, some of them promotion or probably their family member and all of that. Now, is that as a function of the politicians or the integrity of the judges in question? Because there are judges, like you said, Barrister Hayaking, that money had been offered to you and you declined
to handle some cases.
From handling these cases.
Some cases, yeah.
Then, and since you declined from handling these cases, you are still Barrister Hayaking. You're still living, right? You're content with where you are. So now, doesn't that, once again, indict these judges? Is it a function of the incentives by politicians, or should we be looking at the integrity and the character of these judges who are easily swayed by these incentives you talked about?
Allow me to expatiate on this.
Go ahead.
Now, some of the judges, sincerely speaking, are upright. We still have judges with integrity. We still have judges with respect. We still have them. And if you recall, or if you look at the cases that we have, it's always some particular judges. You don't see all the judges. When these matters come, there are judges they assign it to that have agreed to do it. Some judges, they know that they will not do these things and they don't take these cases to them. Once they take them, the judges will reject. So there are judges they already know, see our man here, see our man. They take these political matters to them. If you see, look, you see that some judges, their name is reoccurring. That's the issue. Now, the judges have integrity, like I have said. But again, how do you hold this integrity when he that dictates the tune pays the piper? He that dictates the piper dictates the tune. So that is a problem. When these judges are appointed, from appointment, somebody is somewhere, they just call you. Okay, come and go and apply for judge. Oh, no, I don't want to be a judge. Come, I know how much they pay judge. Come and go and be judge. They make them judge. Some are retiring. They make them judge. Some are old already. They make them judge. And the man that you know that fought for you to make you a judge, and his case comes before you, I'm asking you now, will you have that courage to reject helping him? Okay, let me use you now. You are a judge.
I'm not bound to answer you.
Oh, you are not bound?
You can't be asking me questions. I will assume it's a rhetorical question.
Go ahead. It's not easy. The truth is that it's not easy to reject. It's not easy at that point. The only way
How was it easy for you to reject Barrister Hayaking?
I didn't get in. I gave several excuses.
Can I ask you a question?
I gave several excuses.
Can I ask you?
Let me tell you why it's easy.
Hold on, Barrister Hayaking.
Let me land.
No, hold on.
Let me land.
Are you smart?
Of course I am. Extremely smart.
Do you understand body language?
Of course I do.
Are you emotionally intelligent? Are you?
Emotionally intelligent.
Are you socially intelligent?
Yes.
Can you decipher moves
I can.
when it's being made?
Yes, I can.
Then when suddenly a certain person calls you to take up a position that you know ordinarily you are not qualified to take up.
It's not everybody that will reject people to resist. It's not everybody.
No, hold on. Don't you know that's a Greek gift?
That's
Wouldn't
for you.
you decipher that
that's for you.
Gift?
That's for you and for me. Maybe some other person know. Some other persons know. Let me tell you why I was able to reject.
Hold on, you guys, I mean, the lawyers and the judiciary claim to be the first among equals.
Yes,
you claim to be learned gentlemen,
yes,
while the rest of us...
Are we not?
Hold on.
Are we not? Are we not?
While the rest of us...
See the way they are tumbling Nigeria now. Can you tumble Nigeria like that?
They're tumbling Nigeria. While the rest of us are seemingly unlearned.
Well, of course, we are not learned.
When it comes, we are not learned and you are learned.
Yes.
So I would expect as a learned gentleman and as a person or as learned gentlemen, because I'm talking about generality of a lot of lawyers and judges, as learned gentlemen or as people who are first among equals, you would be smart enough, intelligent enough to decipher when it is a Greek gift that is being given to you. You should be able to know, at least maybe you will not be able to tell the ending, but you should be able to tell the middle of that.
Acumen and all that. It's not the same thing. It's not even legal intelligence. Let me tell you why I was able to reject. I was able to reject because I am not a legal officer. I am not a judge. I am not in the judiciary. I can reject because I'm a private person. I cannot be sacked.
Are lawyers not taking up these matters and presenting it to courts that do not have jurisdiction?
Hear how I was able to reject first now. I was able to reject because I'm not a legal officer, I'm not a judge, I am not on their payroll, I cannot be sanctioned by them, I cannot be sacked by them, I cannot be promoted by them. I don't have any business. The only thing I lost is money. But if these judicial officers, they can be sacked, they can be sanctioned, they can be set up, they can be removed, they can be disgraced. So it's easy. Remember the famous case, I know you must have heard it, my hands are tied. It was a judge that said it in the case of Awolowo and Shagari 1983. He said, he told Awolowo, he said, you want me to declare you the president and remove 79 and remove Shagari? He said, my hands are tied. A judge said so. Justice more of blessed memory. Say, my hands are tied. That is the point I'm trying to let you know. When you become a judge at that point, you become a judge. You are now a government person. How many judges have you seen on television speaking like? If I'm a judge, I won't be here speaking. If I speak like this, as I'm going out, I'm removed as a judge. Is that what you want? Will you want me to be disgraced? Will you want me to be my food? I will remove it from my mouth. Wouldn't you like with your hierarchy for at least if I do what in them talk now? Why disgrace me, handcuff me, and all that?
Let me use reverse state.
Sorry, let me
Do you remember Justice Bassam? Do you remember Justice Bassam?
I know Justice Bassam.
A matter was brought before Justice Bassam. He recused himself from that, in pertaining that
and
matter.
made some comments.
Made some comments and recused
and that
himself.
Comment generated uproar.
But hold on, if I may ask you,
yes,
even when judges recuse themselves, don't they make comments? Well, don't they make comments?
Yes, there
so
are.
Why is Justice Bassam's own a different matter?
See,
did he entertain that case?
I don't.
He recused himself based on jurisdiction.
Yeah. Now, that was what the judges asked him to do. That was what the lawyers asked him to do.
The lawyers asked him
to recuse himself, that he doesn't have jurisdiction. He said, I don't have jurisdiction. I made some comments. Those comments now, and the Court of Appeal have said, you should have said something. Those comments, now, some people now, sorry, not the Court of Appeal, some people now say you shouldn't have made that comment, and some people now said you should have made that comment. Let me tell you what happened. I know the matter.
As a lawyer,
I know the matter.
I
know the matter. He made those comments, and those comments now, some people took that comment to be judgment and went to the street and started saying all manner, interpreting it in a different way and all that.